Preparing a last will and testament is one of the most important acts you can do for yourself and your loved ones. Wills are a cornerstone of estate planning. Putting your wishes on paper helps your family avoid unnecessary legal hassles. And you gain peace of mind knowing that in the event of your death, your life's possessions will go to those you treasure most. This video will explain what our office can do to help you prepare your last will and testament, and you'll learn how to complete 3 additional documents: a directive to physicians and family or surrogates, a statutory durable power of attorney, and a medical power of attorney. You'll understand why these documents are important to your family's well-being. Let's face it, writing a last will and testament is not an easy task. No one wants to think about dying. Though death is a tragic and heartbreaking fact of life, we have to prepare for the inevitability. A will is the most important part of your preparation. So what is a will? Simply put, it's a legal document in which you name an executor. The executor is responsible for carrying out your wishes and managing your estate after you die. An estate may consist of big-ticket items, such as a home or automobile, but also family heirlooms, such as photos or jewelry. A will determines who receives these items. The executor also pays taxes and debts you may owe and closes all bank accounts. If you're a parent, a will can declare who becomes the guardian of your children or dependents under the age of 18. If you die without a valid will, your estate will be settled based on the laws of your state, which outline who inherits what. If you fail to name an executor, a judge will appoint an administrator to serve in that capacity. The administrator has the legal authority to make decisions that may not agree with your wishes or those of your family. That's why it's important to have a will drawn up as soon as possible, and we're here to help. JBSA Randolph's legal office provides assistance with preparing the last will and testament and other estate planning documents. Please check with our front desk for information on our current schedule.
Active duty airmen in uniform are given priority service. This process can take as long as 3 hours to complete, so please be patient. You'll be given several legal documents to review during your visit. Please do not sign any document until your attorney instructs you to do so. Certain legal documents must be signed in the presence of notaries and/or witnesses. If you sign without a witness or notary present, the document is voided. You'll be asked to complete a new document. If you or your spouse or significant other request to see an attorney together, you'll be given a dual representation form. Please read it carefully and sign the back. Your signatures indicate a willingness to be seen in a joint session with one attorney. By law, an attorney cannot speak with 2 people at one session until this form is signed. When you arrive at your office, please take a client intake form from the front desk. Complete the form and return it with your military ID or dependent ID card. We'll keep your ID card and return it to you after all your documents have been signed, finalized, and returned to you. If you called our office before your visit to have a draft of your will drawn up, it will be given to you to review. Review the draft of your will carefully for misspelled names and incorrect places or dates. If you see a mistake or have a question about a portion of your will, feel free to write notes on the draft to remind yourself to discuss what you see with the attorney.
Many clients question 2 legal terms often used in wills: per capita and per stirpes. Let's discuss per stirpes. In Latin, the meaning of per stirpes is by representation. Per stirpes is how an estate of a decedent is divided if each branch of the family is to receive an equal share. For example, if the heir in the first generation of a branch predeceased the decedent, for instance, if a child predeceased his parent, the share that would have been given to the heir would be divided among the heir's children in equal shares. The alternative to per stirpes is per capita, a Latin term that translates into by head, basically meaning average per person. Per capita is not generally selected, but your attorney will explain per stirpes and per capita in greater detail and help you decide if either is right for your will.
Along with your will, you'll receive the 3 documents mentioned previously: a statutory durable power of attorney, a medical power of attorney, and a directive to physicians and family or surrogates. Completing these documents isn't required, though it is encouraged. Why is it important? Let's start with the directive to physicians and family or surrogates document, commonly referred to as an advance medical directive or a living will. This document governs your end-of-life wishes. You have the right to accept or refuse medical care if you are severely ill and unable to communicate with a physician. If this is of interest to you, please review the directive pre-drafted for you carefully. Many terms used are defined and explained on the last page. On page 1, you'll be asked to make elections in subsections 1 and 2 by initialing next to your choice. Please be sure to initial next to your selection. A check or an X mark is not valid. Again, do not sign the document until your attorney tells you to do so.
The medical power of attorney differs from the directive. This document appoints another person to make healthcare decisions on your behalf. The decisions must be in accordance with your directive to physicians and family or surrogates. We recommend completing both documents. Read the pre-drafted medical power of attorney carefully. To designate who receives signed copies of the document on page 3, write down the names and contact information of the individuals. This should include the location of your medical treatment facility. Do not sign this document until instructed to do so by your attorney.
The final document is the statutory durable power of attorney. This power of attorney gives the person you designate broad authority to handle many financial issues on your behalf. Page 1 of the document lists the financial actions your representative would be able to manage. If you wish to limit the scope of the power of attorney, line through those financial actions. You have two options as to when the power of attorney takes effect. Select option A, the document takes effect the moment it's executed. Select option B, the document becomes effective in the event you are disabled or incapacitated and unable to make decisions for yourself. We typically recommend selecting B, and the attorney you meet with can explain why. If you're unsure which to select, just leave it blank and wait to fill out that part until you're meeting with the attorney. Do not sign the document until you are instructed to do so by your attorney.
After you've had an opportunity to consult with your attorney to address any issues or concerns and have taken time to properly review all documents, you are ready to execute your last will and testament. You'll execute your last will and testament at a ceremony in the presence of other people executing their documents. A notary, 2 witnesses, and a presiding attorney. The notary explains the procedures, asks you to sign a notary log, and notarizes documents. The witnesses observe as you sign the documents and may also sign your documents as witnesses. Both the notary and the witnesses check your ID cards to ensure you are who you claim to be. The presiding attorney ensures your documents are properly executed and answers any questions you may have.
This will that you just signed does say...
At this time, you are placed under oath and asked a series of questions by the notary. It is important that you understand each question. Reply in a loud, clear voice so that the witnesses, the notary, and the presiding attorney can hear your responses. If you do not understand a question, please ask the notary to repeat or explain it. At the end of your ceremony, your ID card will be returned to you. Lastly, you'll be given an opportunity to complete a survey regarding your experiences at the legal office. Your candid feedback will help to improve our customer service. Storing your last will and testament is extremely important.
Just make sure to push all the air out of that if you would, honey.
Only original copy can be used during the probate process. Keep the original copy in a safe yet easily accessible location. We recommend placing your will in a fire and flood-proof safe or box in your home. Lastly, ensure your executor knows where your will is located and how to access it.
This video is not intended to substitute for an actual consultation with an attorney or advice from an attorney. If you intend to prepare a last will and testament in our office, you'll have an opportunity to speak with an attorney to discuss your estate planning. Thank you for visiting the Joint Base San Antonio Randolph Legal Office. We hope you'll have a good experience with us. Please complete a survey and let us know your thoughts about our service. If you're unable to complete a survey in our office, you may do so anytime at our website, airforcelegalassistance.law.af.mil. Have an outstanding Air Force Day.